Hello, it is Thursday, September the 27th, the year 2012, and as usual, a lot to get to in the sports world, so let's get it going right now. Big NFL week kicks off tonight with the Thursday night game. Cleveland at Baltimore. Baltimore coming off the big win against New England where they rallied from 10 points down in the fourth quarter. Baltimore is a 12-point favorite in this game. This game will be a blowout. I see no problems for Baltimore here. Riding the momentum off the big win against New England on Sunday night. Cleveland is a long way away from being a good team. Who knows about the quarterback, Whedon? We don't know if he's going to be good or not. Cleveland needs work all over the board. So I think Baltimore wins this game easily tonight. That place is a madhouse down in Baltimore. The fans are tremendous down there. I think Baltimore runs away with this game. Hopefully one day Cleveland will have a good team. The fans deserve better. Those fans are really good, loyal fans. But tonight, all Baltimore. Now this week in the NFL, they start the bye weeks. So Indianapolis and Pittsburgh have the week off, and Pittsburgh, by the way, after their performance against the Raiders, needs a week off to get their defense situated. That's a whole other story. I'll talk about them next week. Moving on, New England -4 at Buffalo. I just don't see New England going to 1-3 here. I think New England is going to win this game. I think they're going to score a lot of points. I think they're going to go to 2-2. Buffalo has been a lot better the last 2 weeks. Fitzpatrick has been a lot better. They've improved all over the board. The fans are tremendous up in Buffalo, up in Orchard Park. They're going to be wild and woolly up there. I just don't see New England going to 1-3. I just can't see it. So I see New England winning this game. I see them going to 2-2 and Buffalo falling to 2-2. All right, Minnesota at Detroit. Detroit 4-point favorites over Minnesota. Detroit has to win this game. They're 1-2. They've been very unimpressive so far. Stafford is always hurt. Their defense and special teams were obliterated by Tennessee last week. Minnesota's done a nice job. They beat up San Francisco. They're 2-1. Detroit has to win this game in their own building. If Detroit loses this game and goes to 1-3, I'm going to be all over them next week. They have to come through and win this game. Minnesota's done a decent job, but let's face it, they're not a great team. Detroit has to take care of business at home. I think they will do it. I think Detroit wins this game. Atlanta at home, -7 over Carolina. Why is the spread only 7 points? That's the question I have. Atlanta's 3-0. They've been one of the most impressive teams in the league, and Carolina comes off that performance on the Thursday night where the Giants just obliterated them. Carolina couldn't score. They couldn't stop the Giants. They looked miserable. The Giants blew them out from start to finish. Why is this only 7 points? Atlanta is a very good home team. I think Atlanta blows out Carolina in the Georgia Dome. I see no problems for Atlanta here at all. San Francisco, -4 against the Jets in the Meadowlands in New York. The Jets, of course, without Revis. Their offense still sputtering. They found a way to beat Miami last week. San Francisco, inexplicably, loses to the Vikings last week. I still don't know how that happened. San Francisco will bounce back this week. They will take out all their revenge on the Jets this week. They will shut down the Jets completely. They will be physical. They will be nasty with the Jets. Look for San Francisco to rebound this week. I like San Francisco over the Jets. Here's an interesting game. San Diego, 1-point favorite at Kansas City. Very strange game. I mean, very strange game. You never know week to week what you're going to get from San Diego. That's been going on for the last few years. Last week, they get trounced by Atlanta at home. Kansas City saved their season last week. They're down 24-6 to New Orleans. They come all the way back and win in the Superdome. They're 1-2. They saved their season. I'm going to go with Kansas City here reluctantly because you can't trust them, and I don't love them. I'm just going to go with the momentum of the big win last week against the Saints, coming back home to Arrowhead, which is one of the best home fields in all of football. I'm going to say Kansas City ekes out a win here at home. Would not shock me at all if San Diego won. Moving on, Houston at home, -12 against Tennessee. Spread's a little high. I mean, Houston is one of the best teams in the league. They're home. They're dominant. Spread's a little high. I mean, Tennessee did win last week against Detroit. I don't like Tennessee's defense at all. They've been giving up a lot of points. And where's the running back, Johnson? Where has he been the last year and a half? I mean, he's been doing nothing ever since he got that big contract. He has been a complete no-show. He says the blocking hasn't been great. Very unimpressed with Johnson's running or blocking or whatever the situation is there. I just know he's not getting any yards. Houston will win this game. Spread's a little high at 12. I do like Houston, though. Seattle -2 at St. Louis. I mean, you have to like Seattle here. Their defense looks ferocious. They're coming off the huge win on Monday night. St. Louis is not a great team. They don't have many offensive weapons. Jackson, the running back, is always hurt. They play hard, St. Louis, for Fisher, but they just don't have enough weapons offensively, and Seattle's defense looked really good. I mean, they shut down the Packers. I think they shut down St. Louis as well. I like the Seahawks. Arizona at home, -6 over Miami. Another team that surprises me defensively. I mean, Arizona's defense has looked great. They're 3-0. Their defense looks ferocious. It looks nasty. It looks physical. And in this day and age in the NFL, that's rare to see. Miami played very competitive against the Jets last week. They really should have won the game. Reggie Bush should be back this week. Tannehill showing signs that he could be a good quarterback. I just like Arizona at home with their defense to shut down Miami. I can't pick Miami on the road here. Not yet, anyway. I mean, Arizona at home should take care of business. Denver at home, -6 over Oakland. Denver and Peyton Manning should win this game. I mean, Manning has looked shaky the first 3 weeks. He had the good game against Pittsburgh. The last 2 weeks, a little shaky. Denver has had a tough schedule yet. They've played 3 tough teams in a row. They should take care of business against Oakland here. I know this is a big rivalry. These two teams do not like each other. I think, though, with Manning at home playing an Oakland team that's not as great as the teams Denver has faced the first 3 weeks, I think Denver wins this game. Oakland did have the nice comeback win against Pittsburgh. All the credit to them. They do have some talent when you look at Carson Palmer and the running back who's good, but I just can't see Oakland going into Denver and beating Peyton Manning here. I like Denver in this game. Cincinnati, -2 over Jacksonville down in Florida. I like Cincinnati. I like their offense. I like their play calling. A.J. Green looks like a tremendous receiver. I like the quarterback for Cincinnati. I don't love Jacksonville. I mean, I know they got a win last week against the Colts. Nice comeback win. They're 1-2. I just think Cincinnati's offense is going to be a little too much for them here. Cincinnati's defense is shaky, don't get me wrong, but I think their offense will be too much here. I hope they get a nice crowd in Jacksonville. I hope they fill the stands for that game. They had trouble selling seats a couple years ago. Last year was a lot better. I hope they have a nice crowd there for this game. Moving on, Green Bay at home, -7 over New Orleans. Okay. I think Green Bay is going to really bust out this week. They had the ridiculous loss to Seattle where they should have won the game. Green Bay is inexplicably 1-2. New Orleans is 0-3 and going nowhere fast. New Orleans' defense is atrocious. They cannot stop anyone. They couldn't stop the Chiefs. They can't stop anybody. How are they going to contend with this Green Bay offense? And Green Bay's offense so far this year has not been great. I think they bust out this week. I think Green Bay scores early and often in this game. Look for Green Bay to put up over 40 on New Orleans and win this game going away. Next stop, Tampa Bay at home, -3 over Washington. This is a peculiar game here. Both teams 1-2. Tampa Bay is home. I like Robert Griffin III for Washington. They don't have a great offensive line, though. They don't have a lot of weapons. Their defense is bad. Tampa Bay, I don't know what to make of them. I mean, they gave the Giants a tough game before losing. They hung in there with Dallas. They did beat Carolina. I mean, I don't know about this game. I would probably take Washington with the 3 points. I mean, maybe it's a 3-point game either way, so I will take Washington with the points. Could go either way. Sunday night game, Giants at Philadelphia. Philadelphia -2 against the Giants. Very interesting game. I mean, Michael Vick's been hit a lot this year. The Eagles are turning the ball over left and right. I mean, this is a big, big rivalry game. I mean, the Giants had extra days to prepare because they played the Thursday night the week before. Big rivalry game. With all Philadelphia's turnovers and with Vick always having the propensity to get hurt, I'm going to take the Giants here. Now, don't get me wrong. Philadelphia can win this game. Philadelphia, when they're right, can move the ball against anybody. I'm going to take the Giants here just because I don't like Philadelphia's turnovers. I don't like Vick can get hurt at any moment in the game. Really good game. Please watch this game on Sunday night. Tremendous game. Giants against Philadelphia. And then the Monday night game in the Big D, Dallas. Dallas at home, -3 against Chicago. Very interesting game as well. These are two good teams that we're waiting for one of these teams to jump up to the next level. We've been waiting for Dallas for a couple years now to get to that next level. They have talent. They improved their secondary, but they always seem to be lacking something, Dallas. You just can't put your finger on it. Last week they beat Tampa 16-10, but unimpressive. The week before they get bombed out in Seattle. So who knows about Dallas? Chicago the same way. They look great one week. They look sluggish the next week. I mean, Cutler's got a great arm, but he can be up and down. Who knows about the running back Forte for this week? Does he play or does he not play? Defense is usually solid for Chicago. It's 3 points. I'll take Chicago. I say it's a field goal game either way. I'll take Chicago with the points. Like I said, Indianapolis and Pittsburgh off. The referees settled, so the real refs will be starting tonight. Thank goodness that whole ridiculousness is over. Jumping real quick to baseball. Last night, Oakland wins. Baltimore wins, the Angels win, so that didn't change at all. Baltimore and Oakland still 2 games over the Angels. Tampa Bay won, they're still 3 out. The big change last night, Detroit won, Chicago White Sox lost, Detroit jumped them, so Detroit is a game up. A lot going on in the American League, keep an eye on the baseball. And every Thursday, I'm going to do a little movie review with you. I'm going to review either a movie I saw on DVD or a movie that's coming out or an old classic movie. I saw a movie on DVD called Cabin in the Woods that I heard was a sleeper good movie. When you go in with high expectations, you're let down. And I was let down. I thought this movie was a bomb from start to finish. I hated it. I couldn't believe the direction it went in. Sigourney Weaver's cameo, I couldn't believe it. I love Sigourney Weaver in the Aliens movies. I couldn't believe her cameo in it. I think she even directed this movie or she had something to do with it. Very bad movie. I hated it. A lot of people have liked it. It got good reviews. They said it was a sleeper good movie. I personally couldn't stand it. I gave it a big thumbs down. Didn't like it at all. So that was my little pick of the week for the movies. Anyway, you guys have a safe weekend. Enjoy all the baseball, all the football, all the college football. And we will talk to you Monday, and we will break down all these NFL games, which I'm sure will be another wacky week in the NFL. I will see you Sunday. You guys enjoy the games. Talk to you soon. Take care.